Hello and welcome back to Antidepressing. This is a show where we talk about everything from liturgy.
To Lexapro.
Should we chant this whole episode? Welcome back.
Welcome back. And see, that wasn't even chant. That sounded just like the guy that sings at my church on Sundays.
I know, I kind of feel like I started doing welcome back and then I started thinking about the principle from
Yes.
welcome to Antidepressing. Welcome
to Antidepressing. The show where we talk about everything from liturgy to Lexapro, you guys. We're so happy to be here, Avi. Jasmyn, what the heck is your life? What's happening?
A girl. It is back to school season, you guys. Which comes with many emotions for parents. I feel we homeschool, so I feel less emotional
Okay.
than I see other parents being, and I feel for them. And so my heart is with all those parents who are sending their babies to school for the first time or just again
Yeah.
for the back to school in the fall. It's like bittersweet, man. Everybody loves their routines, but mourning the end of summer. So all of that. But I'm excited to get back into it, see the kids learn and grow and all the good things. And my sister is still visiting, so bless up. God is good. She needed a break from work, and so she is taking it with us. And what better place to unwind and relax than with 3 children who demand your attention every single second,
There it
getting to
is.
sleep in the same room with them,
There
sharing
it is.
one shower with everybody. It really is a 5-star resort at the Showbear house. So,
There it is.
consider us for your next paid time off.
I honestly love that Juliana's rocking that trundle. Did
You
your
know
oldest
she's on the trundle bed.
beg for her to just be in that trundle
I mean,
bed?
because where else could she
Where
be?
else,
If you're at
next
our house, you're getting invited to sleep on a trundle bed. So
Yeah,
keep that in
because
mind.
the oldest will want to just be, I mean, she falls asleep and she sleeps through the night, but she will just want to wake up and know that somebody's there. So, yeah, so it's very
And when
much
she
a
goes to bed,
vibe.
she is going to ask 18 times, when are you coming to bed?
For
When are
sure.
you coming to
It is very much a vibe to wake up with your kids because you just never know what it's going to be. Is it
Yeah.
going to be a toy that's dropped
It's
on
the
you?
best.
Who knows? It's life. We love it. So, I'm so glad that you're doing well and I love your
How are
kids.
you, Chenele?
I'm rocking, I'm rolling, I'm living. There was an announcement today that the second Superman is going to come out in 2027. So that was exciting. The first one just came out. We all just saw that. So obviously it was successful. So I'm excited for the second one. What else am I excited about? What is life? I am working still. Who would have thought? She's
Classic
still going to
Chenele.
work. She's doing it. And then one more thing that's exciting that is happening to me today, I had Trader Joe's mac and cheese for lunch. And it was extremely good. The serving size is 2, and I did eat the whole thing this afternoon at 4:20 p.m. And I absolutely almost swerved into oncoming traffic on the way home because I was so tired. So the moral of the story of how I'm doing is do not eat an entire 2-serving Trader Joe's mac and cheese at the end of the workday, because you might not be able to make it home. But other than that, I'm rocking it. Yeah.
Yeah. But honestly, everything from Trader Joe's is kind of just exceptional in a way that, like, why wouldn't you consume the whole thing? Like, it just doesn't actually feel right to only eat half of something. It's just not okay.
Like I thought, am I going to just eat half and then throw the other half away? I mean, I'm eating it at work. Like, what am I supposed to do with it? And I just kept eating. Yeah, I just kept eating and eating. And I was like, ugh. But it was so good, you guys. Trader Joe's mac and cheese, microwavable, so good. You can eat it in a pinch. So Yeah. My mom and I went to Trader Joe's last week, picked up a bunch of freezer meals, put it in the freezer at work. So that way, if, you get hungry during lunch, you're not like going in your car to buy McDonald's. Instead, you're eating Trader Joe's buttered chicken, which is so good. So,
So good.
so yeah, so life is really going well. And, I'm loving it. Maybe I'll make that my new catchphrase or something. So that's felt
You should.
organic.
I think it's very you.
Yeah.
It's very you. You're gonna be like, oh, that's Chenele Shaw, the girl that's loving it.
Loving it, right?
It's almost like
Drop in
the
the
old
chat.
McDonald's, but not.
Almost. Drop in the chat if you love it or hate it. So yeah. But
I think
Jasmyn, something that I would love to talk about though is our antidepressant Catholic news.
I'm so excited. This is very antidepressing Catholic news, like right
Mm-hmm.
in the pocket. I love
Mm-hmm.
it. I adore it.
So, for antidepressant Catholic news today, on September 7th, we will have the canonization of two of the best to ever do it.
For real.
Blessed Carlo Acutis and Pier Giorgio Frassati. Now, you might be like, hey, you might be driving and be like, what's a canonization? My parents used to talk about that when I was like 10. That's fair.
Yeah. So fair.
Canonizations are when, in brief, when the church says, yo, this guy, this girl, saint. And it kind of is like a verification stamp that they're rocking it in heaven, essentially the vibe. So we can have like public worship whoa, take it back. So we can try again. Let me rescind. So we have we have verification that this person's in heaven. So the public can ask this person for their intercession to God, because we know that they're rocking it in heaven. And it's kind of like a public stamp to be like, yeah, this person has done a lot of good deeds or has exemplified their faith in a particular way that can be modeled by other people. So it's like a big thumbs up. So Blessed Carlo Acutis is the first millennial saint. You might have heard about him. He is like all over. People Magazine, The Today Show. I mean, he was born in 1991. So it's like pretty crazy. He is just 2 years younger than us.
Isn't that
And
crazy?
yeah, he unfortunately passed of leukemia at age 15. But prior to that, he used his tech skills to evangelize and was noted for his joyful faith and compassion for others. So he was a tech guy. He loved Pokemon. He wore Nikes. He was just like a regular dude, which is literally so crazy. He could be walking the streets like right now. So, so that's kind of really, really huge. The first millennial one to ever do it. And then we have our boy, Pier Giorgio Frassati. You might have seen him around. If you've seen a guy
You
on
might
a
have heard him
mountain,
called Hottie Frassati.
you might have heard a little hottie
You might
Frassati
have
out
heard
there.
it.
Google his picture. You
You'll
might,
get it.
it might be right. Pier Giorgio Frassati was born in 1901. He was a little bit of an older gent. He came from a family with a lot of cash, although he was like not really into it. He was very generous, volunteered a lot with people that didn't have anything, served the sick, and then contracted polio and passed away at age 24. So actually one of the stories I love more a lot about him is his parents didn't know how generous he was and how much he like helped people. And when he was in the hospital, they went to the hospital to go visit him on his like dying bed, and there were hundreds of people outside of the hospital just like in prayerful gratitude to Pier Giorgio Frassati. And I just love that. Like he just lived such a life of like, he would play pool with his friends and be like, hey, if I win this game, you have to come with me to an hour of adoration. Like just what a cool guy.
So good. What a thing to like channel into your life.
Yeah.
Like doing things with people and then being like, hey, here's the thing. Like, if I do this, then let's go. Instead of like, you owe me a shot, you owe me whatever. Like that's the way people normally talk. But like, if we do this, you have to come to mass with me on Sunday. Like such a good little hack. There's a lot of wisdom there.
Such a good little hack.
Such a good little hack. I love that it's two young Italian men being canonized at the same time, because not only worldwide is this such a huge deal that the first millennial saint and then Pier Giorgio, also not that long ago. Like 1901 being born, like as far as saints go, pretty relatively new. But also it being both of them from Italy, like this already was going to be a majorly attended canonization, but how crazy. And these canonizations were put off, or at least
they were put off. That's a good point.
Right, was supposed to be when Pope Francis had just died. And so they couldn't do it because of the gap in Pope. You need a Pope to actually be in his position in order for there to be canonization. So they had to postpone them. So now they're both in September. So what a moment. It's going to be popping in Rome. So
it is. It's going to be popping.
If you're traveling there, prayers to you. I am excited to live vicariously. Lots of fun stuff happening in Rome these days. I'm excited to see all of the footage and just how beautiful that's going to be for like so many Catholic young people, because it feels so much more attainable. Like it makes sainthood feel so much more real and like, wow, this is right now. This is someone who was born like the same year as my brother, like just a few years before us. And like, that is so wild. Like we were alive at the same time. That is so wild to think about. And so cool. So I'm excited to see kind of the hearts that will continue to be moved and changed because of those two and the way that they're going to be able to intercede for all of us. It's super sweet.
I concur. So check it out, you guys, September 7th. If you Google Pier Giorgio Frassati or Carlo Acutis canonization, it's going to literally be live streamed almost everywhere. So you can watch it all on Catholic media or just kind of listen to it if you want to put it on your AirPod or something, if you're doing something else. And it's going to be great. So that is our anti-depressing Catholic news.
The more you know. Are you ready to dance?
I've never been more ready to jig.
Let's do it.
So for our first story, we are going to talk about Dancing with the Stars. So we're going to just go right into it. The Dancing with the Stars cast has been announced, and it's a real whirlwind. I have never really locked into Dancing with the Stars besides the season with my boy Joey. Yeah, because the lore there. If you listen, you know that we are a big fan of Joey from The Bachelor. He is one of our icons. So
everything to us, yeah.
Absolutely. So the cast was released officially with their dance partners. So I'm not going to really mention their dance partners in terms of like the professional dancers, because I mean, I really only know about like the ballast guy, Mark, whatever. But we're going to talk about
the celebrities. Let's stick with what we may know.
Yeah, okay. So let's stick with what we know here, okay? So first we're going Jen Affleck. I'm just scrolling down the list. According to ABC News.
From
Secret Life
of Mormon Wives.
We have two competitors for Secret Life of Mormon Wives. We have Jen Affleck and we have Whitney. What is her last name? Let me check here.
What her last name is.
Whitney. I want to say Whitney Cummings, but I feel like that's wrong. Let me see here. Oh, come on, Chenele. We have Whitney. Why is she taking so long to scroll? Whitney Levitt. So those are the two competitors from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. So that's going to be really like something to see.
It's going to be interesting. You know, there's going to be drama about that on the next season of Mormon Wives. Sure. So we'd love to hear it.
Can't wait. Also, if you've never watched Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, would I say tune in? I don't know. Is it the reality TV that my body craves every morning instead of vitamins? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it honestly is like, it's good reality TV. It's crazy. It's bananas, but it's there. You know,
I would check it out. So if you want some context, I would check that out. Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. They're not plugging this show. The second competitor that we have on this list is ABC News confirming Hilaria Baldwin. Sorry.
Not Haley Baldwin.
Not Haley Baldwin. Okay, not Haley Bieber. Hilaria Baldwin. Now, I have an investment in Hilaria Baldwin because she was born in Boston. She grew up in America. She has such lore about her because apparently she is pretending to be a Latina woman. Now, her parents moved to Spain when she was an adult, and now she has this accent that she does all the time. And she says it's legit, but the world says that it's not. And so
Aw,
I'm intrigued because Dancing with the Stars people get
tree.
pretty popular. Her real name is Hillary Baldwin. Now, she renamed herself Ilaria, okay?
What?
The lore of it is
What
really
is happening?
something. If you watch videos of her from when she was younger, she sounds like how I'm speaking right now. And now
Yeah,
if now current, she really does not, and I won't even try to do the accent. So for that, I am
yeah,
engaged. I think
that's
Dancing with the
interesting.
Stars, yeah, they're really locked into the current culture of everyone is curious about why this woman is putting up with this for so long. She's been
Yeah.
doing this for so long. So I'm
Well,
intrigued.
did you watch their reality series?
I absolutely did. And she does
That's the
also
voice.
put on the
Okay,
Latina woman thing in the show.
interesting. Okay, now I
And
need to watch. I
I'm
need to know.
very interested. First, though, Jasmine, you do just need to go on YouTube or Instagram and just type in Hilaria Hillary Baldwin and just because people are like, you literally grew like her
Yeah,
family's
what
not
happened?
Spanish. Her
Or
family's
she
not
just made this
Spanish.
up?
Her family just moved to Spain when she was an adult, like
I
got
feel
a
like people are,
vacation
like,
home.
letting this slide.
They're not.
Okay,
People are
okay,
flaming her. And
okay,
they're
that's
saying,
good, that's
"Where
great.
are you from, Hilaria?" And she names her kids are like named like very like Spanish names, which is totally cool. Everyone can name their kids
And
whatever they
her
want.
husband is Alec Baldwin, who is, I mean, very white, okay? I'm
So
very confused.
it's very intriguing. So if
Interesting.
anything, Dancing with the Stars, thank you for giving me yet another insight into this woman's mind and
I
how
know, and I
she
hope they
operates.
on their, like, behind the dancer things. I'm excited. I'm consider me watching for that. You've
Yeah.
intrigued me. You've piqued my interest.
Consider us watching. So the
Mhm.
next competitor we have is Jordan Childs.
Love.
Now, I think everyone that is an athlete um is has like this beautiful advantage that I always love playing out. Like when
Yeah.
Shawn Johnson was on Dancing with the Stars, I was like, "Oh, she's
Oh,
going to kill this. She can
yeah,
move in any which way. Like she's going to
yeah.
rock it." So, I'm very excited for Jordan Childs. She's an Olympian. If you don't know, she's like so awesome. So that's going to be amazing. Can't wait. Then we have Baron Davis. Got to be honest, don't know. We're moving through that. Okay.
I don't know who that is.
Then we have Alex Earl. Okay. I know that she's famous for being on TikTok.
Alex
And
Earl is also, didn't she just, like, get a podcast?
yeah, and she like just got
Yes.
a podcast, probably not as
Yeah, the
good
Hot
as
Mess
ours.
podcast. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
heard
Yeah.
this.
So she's definitely famous for being like a social media influencer, and now she's moved into like the kind of
It is crazy the world
social
we're
media
living
world.
in where, like, TikTok stars are now on Dancing with the Stars. Like, now
Exactly.
you're not just a, like, TikTok, Instagram influencer, you're, like, now being considered a star alongside Olympians. It's a very interesting life we're
It is
living in. It
very
does feel
interesting.
pretend, but
It
here we
does
are.
feel a tad pretend. And speaking of that, it makes me think of too
Mhm.
as a slight adjacent. Saturday Night Live did announce their 5 new cast members this week,
Oh,
and 2 of them are TikTok stars that I have watched on TikTok and have their videos
wow.
saved and have been like, these people are really funny. And now they
Really
are
wild.
cast members on Saturday Night Live. So you
It is
never
a place
know.
where we get discovered now, though. You
Yeah.
know, like, if you're funny, it's a good place to shoot your shot, you know?
You truly never know. For our next contestant, we have Dylan Efron. Okay, you
We
might
do
be
need more
like,
of the Efron brothers in the mix, so
you guys might be like, Efron? Yeah, that Efron.
you
So
know one.
the one and only Zac Efron's brother. I love that another way of saying in this article, rather than saying like social media star, they said digital creator. Okay. He's a
Digital
digital
creator.
creator and reality TV star who recently won season 3 of Traders with his brother, Zac Efron. Okay. Small flex. He co
Actor Zac Efron,
produced,
like, we don't know.
right? He co produced an Emmy winning eco travel series down to Earth with Zac Efron, which was kind of actually a good show. So I am excited for
Did
that
you
for
see
sure.
on social media, you know how people are like flame Belly Conklin? If you don't watch Summer I Turned Pretty, you don't know that name, but she's in love with two brothers. And I've seen multiple videos that are like, at first I thought Belly was crazy for being in love with two brothers, but, and then it's like video clips of Zac Efron and his brother Dylan just like living life. It's like, but maybe and then I've seen people doing the same thing with like them at the Jonas Brothers concert, with like film of all three of them. And it's like, first I thought, how could Belly ever be in love with two brothers? But here I am at the Jonas Brothers concert, and am I in love with three brothers? And it just has been killing me. It is like the funniest.
I think I've seen this scene before, and I didn't like the ending.
Really, truly, I was like, this puts it in perspective. You're right. I was starting to really think she was crazy, but we're all back now.
We're all back. Yep. Next
girl.
guy we have is Corey Feldman,
Okay.
famous child star from Stand By Me, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and The Lost Boys. He's also an advocate for awareness of taking care of children in the movie industry. So we love to see that, and God bless him. Our next, Daniel Fishel. Okay, so you might be like,
child star.
Who is this? Okay, no other than Topanga. Topanga. You have never heard that name anywhere else, rather than just in your heart. So Topanga, Boy Meets World, she is on this show. And honest to God, just for her, I'm probably going to watch it. But then it gets better.
I love.
Then it gets better, though, because then our next contestant is Elaine Hendricks. You might be like, well, who is that? Meredith Blake from The Parent Trap.
Yeah.
You might be like, well, who is that? Okay, well, then turn on Disney Plus because you missed it.
Meredith Blake. What are you doing with your life?
Yeah, Meredith Blake is none other than kind of the evil stepmom from The Parent Trap, the Lindsay Lohan version. She's an icon. She's amazing, and I cannot wait to see her kill it. Same. Then we have Scott Hoying from Pentatonics. Please save us from the grip of a cappella groups. That's my personal opinion. Then we have
the next one.
Then we have Robert Irwin. I'm going to watch it for him too, because I bet you there's going to be a million clips they have. A million clips they have. If he doesn't
bring out a snake during a dance, then what are we watching
the show for? Bring out some sort of animal. They're going to show some clips of his father, Steve Irwin, rest in peace. It's going to be very sweet. Robert is literally so cute. And his sister just won season 22 of Dancing with the Stars in 2015.
Oh, I love. Okay.
Yeah, so they're just like very sweet, and I wish the best for him. Then we have Whitney from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, Andy Richter, really funny dude from Late Night with Conan O'Brien. And that is the Dancing with the Stars cast. So all around, I feel like I'm actually going to watch it. How about you?
I think I need to. I have always loved Dancing with the Stars. My grandma really loves it, and so she really likes to watch all the dancing. And so I am intrigued by this cast, if nothing else. There's a lot of good people on here, so I'm excited. I will be tuning in. I'll be watching the dancing.
Drop in the chat if you will be tuning in, because we know that we will. Something that I need to do when I watch different shows, though, is have a little bit of focus. And having focus can be a little challenging for our next story. Tom Holland recently just revealed that he has already revealed that he has dyslexia. However, he revealed that he also was diagnosed with ADHD. He is starring in a new Lego short film where you've probably seen it. It's like a really fun short film where he plays like different characters, and it's all about play and the importance of play. And he talked about how the message is particularly special to him after being diagnosed with ADHD and dyslexia. So according to Entertainment, I think, this quote, Tom Holland, I think play really does help. I have ADHD and I'm dyslexic, and I find sometimes when someone gives me a blank canvas that it can be slightly intimidating, Holland told the outlet. Sometimes you are met with those challenges when developing a character. Any way that you can, as a young person or as an adult, interact with something that forces you to be creative and forces you to think outside the box and make changes. I think that the more we do that sort of stuff, the better. And honestly, I just like really, really love him, dude.
I love him. And the more we get from him, it just is better. Like everything is better. And like the last time I think we talked about him on the show was about his sobriety journey and him being a year sober and like developing his non-alcoholic beer. And it just really is cool to see a celebrity who spends so much time speaking openly about the hard things. And just is really never in the public eye for anything crazy. Like, is just living his life, is just a guy who's engaged, is like really kind of normal and forgets he's famous sometimes, it seems. In that like level of humility enough to like spend your interview time talking about being diagnosed with ADHD, having dyslexia, being sober because you struggled with drinking, like just normalizing things for people and showing how hard it is to put in the work has just been really cool to watch. And you know, I'm a huge proponent of play and play
I do
therapy.
want to hear your thoughts on that.
You
I
know,
mean,
I'm
he said something here that really piqued my brain when he just said, like, as a child, as an adult, as a young person, you have to interact with something that forces you to be creative and forces you to think outside of
I
the
love
box. So,
it.
like, what are your thoughts on that, dude?
I love that. I love the reality, and it's so true that it isn't just when you're little. Like you can continue to like interact in your world in a way that is playful even as an adult. Like finding things in your job, finding things in your life that are still interesting. And I think a lot of times, one, I think we force like kids to grow up so fast, we stop letting them play when they're little. Or we give them so many things that they're overwhelmed. I was just talking to mom today. I was like, I just threw out like all of our toys and gave my kids like wooden blocks because they were so overwhelmed and like the space was so stressful that they weren't actually playing. But like then they had something tangible and all of a sudden they're creating all these different things and they're going outside more and they're finding different things in the house and like being creative and seeing ways to play that aren't obvious and aren't handed right to them. And I think those skills are so important as kids and just having the space to kind of be creative and be bored and then create something that's interesting to you and like create a world for yourself. And those skills are so lifelong because then as an adult, like finding hobbies, finding ways to play is so essential. And if you don't have kids, it's like, well, what do I do? Like me as kid, I'm with kids, I'm like, I can go to a park, I can play with them. I can do this, I can sit down and play with them. But what are things that like engage that young spirit part of you? Like what are things? What are the things that interest you? Like I have dismissed hobbies for a lot of my life as like unproductive and like I don't have time for that. All of my time needs to be filled with something that's important, or I'm just so zoned out. I just need to watch a show and forget anything exists. And now I find myself recently like much more drawn to like, if I'm going to watch a show, it's a show that me and you are both watching, or me and my sister are both watching, or me and multiple people that I can then engage and talk to them about it and becomes like a form of play. It's like, it's not just to rot. It's like, because I want to have people to talk to and debate things and whatever. And like, it's a part of a communal thing. Or I like love sitting down and doing a puzzle, which like feels like
You
being a kid to me.
love a
Like,
puzzle.
I love it. I love like creating that. And I love seeing how like seeing it when it's finished and just like the journey of that and like the mental stimulation of that. And so I think it's really cool to hear him say that, and specifically that being helpful for like ADHD to find things that still feel like play even as you're getting older. And I like that view of like acting and like creative jobs that like you're playing with a character, like your job is play. And so I love that. So Chenele, I would love to hear from you. Like, one, what are your thoughts on this? Two, what are the ways that you feel like you engage in play as an adult? Like, what does that look like for you?
One, my thoughts are I love Tom Holland so much because you really said it when you said like, hey, when we hear from him, it's always him just trying to encourage people to be better. And not in a way that he's saying he's better than anyone else, but he's like, here are some flaws that I have. Here's how I learned from them. Or here's something that I've struggled with, and here's how I'm learning to deal with it. And so I just like absolutely love him. And two, some recent ways that I've played. Well, I am a part of a pottery studio, so I like doing pottery. And I bought some crafts like some lino cut, where you cut little shapes into stamps and then you stamp them on different things. So I'm just trying to do things that require like no expert knowledge.
I
And
love
it's been
that.
fun to just let my brain and just like create fridge magnets. And it's like I'm just doing things that have nothing to do with anything too crazy, but they're just things that are fun for me to mail, like my sister's fridge magnets I made that maybe aren't particularly gorgeous, but I'm proud of it and it took me 4 hours. So like it's
Love that.
just fun to be able to do stuff like that. And yeah, and just like uh figure out new hobbies. Like I love collecting records. I love learning ways to take care of them, clean them, different things, different speaker systems. I don't have a lot of those things, but just reading about them and how they work, and having friends that are in music and hear and your husband and the room that you're in and like the sound pads that you put on the walls, and there's like so many things that you can do. I love music, so there's so many ways that you can make it sound better and more interesting. So just things like that, leaning into things that are already interesting to you, because I think sometimes, as especially as grown-ups, when we think about hobbies, we think about we have to lean into something that doesn't interest us already, but it can be something that you already like, and you just can learn more about it. And you can use it as a form of connection, like you said. If you really really like watching teenage dramas, then you can use it as a form of connection rather than a form of solo rot, which can
Truth.
be
Mhm.
beneficial. Yeah,
It's so
to help
true.
your brain work.
And I have some of your fridge magnets on my fridge, and I love them, and my daughter, like, loves getting to tell people, like, "My godmother made these," and it's so cool. And you know what I love about you and your hobbies is that they are hobbies, period. They are not a hobby that if I become good at it, it's gonna become a side hustle.
Oh
Because
no.
I do think that is the current
Mm,
trend.
it's a curse.
Everything must be lucrative. Everything must be making me money or it's not worth my time. And I think that is so sad and like robs something in a little bit way of its joy. And like, yes, there are side hustles that people have that, like, yeah, that's awesome that you can do something you love and enjoy and then you're also making money from it. But not everything needs to be that way. Like
Mm,
creating just for the sake of play and enjoying something and sending it to someone and like using it just as an outlet and not as a like, I wonder if I can make some money off of this. It's such a foreign concept now, and I just really love it. That's always your mentality is like just getting to know something and just creating something for the sake of creating and not for what could possibly come of it or what I could make off of it. It's
and let's be
the gift.
honest, who's buying my fridge magnets? But I
Well,
also but I
but
love it. I
I
love the you're real though. You're real though, because almost every young adult I know is like, yeah, I started crocheting and now I have a shop on Etsy. It's like, girl, give it
yeah,
a break.
like
Like,
what if you just
what
crocheted?
if you just crocheted? Like, what if you just did puzzles? You don't have to
Mhm.
frame them and then sell them. Like, it's okay. Like,
What
just
if we
like,
all after our jobs like didn't have another job?
how about
Wouldn't
that?
that be crazy?
It really is. So, if anything, Tom, thank you for helping us come down to earth and
Thank
just chill
you.
out.
Yeah.
Um, for our last story, I want to talk about something really important. It's the Bible. Um, Not enough of you are reading your Bible. Not enough of you are cracking
True.
it open. And honestly, in many ways, we get it.
We get it. It's been
Um,
a big couple weeks for the Bible, though.
it really has. It has been a
Between that,
big couple
girls, read
weeks.
alouds to this,
Yeah.
it's giving Bible.
It's been a big couple weeks for the Bible. And our last story um, is all about this new show that mirrors The Office that is called The Promised Land. And I cannot wait for it. Like, I literally cannot wait. Season 1 begins October 1st and it's premiering on YouTube weekly. It's a show that literally mirrors The Office, and it's all about the book of Exodus. And
So crazy.
I like cannot see. It says Crossing the Red Sea was the easy part. That's like the subtitle. I
Look at the
literally
tagline, a comedy of biblical proportions. What even is going to happen? Oh, you can watch the pilot. You bet I need to do that tonight.
I cannot wait. And I cannot wait to see what your husband thinks about it, especially.
Yeah, episode 1 is out. Then the rest comes out October 1st. This is crazy.
Yeah. So it says there's a Q&A, of course. It says, you have the questions, we have the answers. If we don't know, we'll
Most-
ask Moses. It says, is
Oh my
this show
God.
biblically accurate? It says, we revere the Bible as the word of God and work diligently to write a show that upholds the truth of scripture. Cool. Love that. That being
Okay.
said, our show depicts these stories as if there was a documentary crew present. So we've definitely
Oh my
taken
God.
some creative license, but we hope our adaptation of these stories makes you go back and read the real stories. Can I watch this with my kids? We always recommend the parents watch episodes before you watch with your kids, but the intended audience is for all ages. That's exciting. Is
Yeah.
manna gluten-free? While manna
Hilarious.
may lack flavor, it does contain gluten. Okay? Like it really, you
This
guys,
is
we're
so funny.
just excited about it. This journey is not an easy one. So every gift helps. If you want to support the show, they said it's a picture of Moses holding his staff up in the air. He said, our arms are getting tired. And honestly,
Oh my God.
I am just really, really excited to watch this. It looks amazing. And we'll report next week on episode 1 on the pilot and with our thoughts. But
I
it's a
love
comedy
it.
of biblical proportions, so I can't wait for it.
It's so funny. I like this. It says, The Promised Land is a workplace comedy series that tells the story of Moses like you've always wanted, probably. Like, haven't you just read the story of Moses and thought, you know how I need this? I need this told like The Office.
And I can't wait. And honestly, I need to just be on social media and see if people are talking more about this because I know that
I
we have The
know. Same.
Chosen. Yeah, I know we have The Chosen. I know that's exciting, but I'm ready for something funny.
I know. I feel like between The Chosen and this, hopefully, have not watched the episode of this, but it's like we have these biblical media options that are just a little light. Like there are some episodes of The Chosen that are just like a little lighter, you know?
Yeah.
And then there are some really heavy episodes, but this just seems like it's like a light hearted version of something that can be so heavy and intense. I'm excited. I think it's interesting. It's a funny concept, if nothing else. People are really taking the Bible and they're like, you know what we're going to do is entertain people. And that's on meeting people where they're at and like giving full reality that people in scripture were people, which is cool. Like I know that's at least the episodes of The Chosen I've watched. Ooh, good night. Have really, there's been moments where I'm like, oh, that actually was kind of funny. Like Peter and the fish and like the idea of him catching all of those fish and like the boat flipping over and them like laughing hysterically. Like it there's like funny moments that when you're just reading it in black and white or when a priest is giving a homily about it, it doesn't always hit in the funny way that it can be portrayed in like good media. And so it's an interesting concept just to like think about these people as real people who like had friends with inside jokes and like who were living lives outside of just the words that we're reading. Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm intrigued
too. I'm intrigued. So follow along for plagues and punchlines for The Promised Land. I literally cannot wait to watch it, and we'll report on it next week and see if it lives up to the hype for anti-depressing standards. I can't not wait to hear what your husband thinks, Jasmyn, and what you think. And it's hopefully going to be really, really good. Can't wait. Season premieres October 1st, but you can watch the pilot on YouTube. Hopefully it brings you some joy because we know that every day the world might seem a little bit more and more depressing, but thankfully
we are not.
Thankfully. We love you guys.
Love.
Bye.
Bye.